If you like hearts on your handmade cards and paper craft projects, you're going to love the new punch from Stampin' Up! Stay tuned for some quick tips on using the Hearts Border Punch. Hi, this is Sage Kimball, aka the Mad Stamper, with another technique video for card makers and paper crafters. I love border punches, but getting cardstock aligned correctly so that your punches turn out in a nice straight line and evenly spaced, this can be challenging sometimes. So there are some things that help me get perfect punches every time that I thought I'd share with you. I'll often start with a piece of cardstock larger than what I'm going to need because I can always trim it down after I've made the punches. So on a border punch, you've got some features that will help you with lining up your cardstock. First of all, there are these two little lines at either end of the punch lever. They're to help you line up the edge of your cardstock before you start punching. The other features on a border punch that are important to help you get things lined up straight, first of all, are these silver hearts on the base of the punch, and then this ridge along the length of it as well. So when I'm going to get ready to punch, I'll line this up with this first line at the end of the punching lever. However, I found that when I line it up right on that line, I get the first heart a little closer to the edge than I like. So I'm going to actually move it up just about a 1/16 of an inch from that line, or just a hair. And then I make sure that the edge of the cardstock is flush against this ridge all along the length. Then I can punch. So I've got my first 4 hearts, and to get the next 4 hearts, I'm going to take this, I'll call it number 4 heart, and I'm going to place it on the full silver heart that's closest to the punch lever. Now if I punch it at this point, there will be a space between the hearts, and I don't want that. So I'm going to now move it down until the next heart comes into line with that silver heart. Now I can punch, making sure I've got the edge of the cardstock against the ridge, and I'll have perfect spacing between my hearts. I'll do it one more time, putting the last heart that I punched over that full silver heart right before the punch lever. Then I'll move it down 1 heart and punch. You can see that I didn't measure this cardstock ahead of time, so I ended up with a heart that isn't full. So now I can just take and trim this piece of cardstock in between those 2 hearts. And there we are. So this will work out great if I want the hearts at the top of my layer, like so. But if I want it at the bottom of a layer, then I'm going to need to cut a strip of these hearts. And if you cut this right at 1/2 inch, then you'll have the hearts perfectly centered in that strip. Then I can add it to the bottom of my cardstock, or even, like I did in this card, as a strip down the length of my card. In case you're wondering about measurements, the 4 hearts will center in a piece of cardstock 1 7/8 inches, and if you want to go for 8 hearts, you'll need 3 3/4 inches of cardstock. But as you saw, it's real easy to cut in between the hearts to get the size that you need. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button under the video and leave me a comment. That'll just encourage me to make more card making and paper crafting technique videos for you. And be sure to click on the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my new videos. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to visit me on my website at www.stampingmadly.com and drop by the Stamping Madly Facebook page. Happy stamping!